The question comes, should you really hate a rival? I mean, it's such a mean, nasty word. But in the case of clean, old-fashioned hate, there's really no other choice. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away first. And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. So Georgia's offense is on the field for the first time today. If you just can't get enough football, well, Georgia Tech was the one for you last year. Between the hedges, they went 8 overtimes before the Dogs finally prevailed. So are you guys ready to go another 8 extra rounds this time?
Absolutely not. I got a plane to catch. But I tell you what, it was one of the most exciting games in all of college football. And Tech with the huge lead early, all the momentum swings. And Palmer, obviously, in the booth was pretty solid, too.
It was one. Oh, he's got some space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And a great job on the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Gets it out quickly. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He wants to change this route. Looking to pass. It's Pratt. Oh, they're after him. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. They were hoping for a little more, but it could have been worse as the punt goes out of bounds, and they'll put it in play around the 45-yard line. The Yellow Jackets offense will go to work for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage. They can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Georgia Tech. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable.
Good right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. To the air, it's Pratt. Fires on the move. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Not able to get loose on the return, but what a play to put his team in business at the 33. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away.
Going for it all. Wrapped it inside the 10. Touchdown, Georgia. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so, David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
Second down, he'll throw it. Looking down the middle. Makes the catch. It's Williams. Oh, he smashes his way through again. Wide open spaces. The tag. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
One of the reasons... It's so exciting to watch. They've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Going to throw it over the top of the knee. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can spell the touchdown from here. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Gets rid of it. Touchdown, Dogs! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The rambling wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Neither team's wasted time putting points on the board. They've got it back, down 14-10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the...
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at on every snap.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
He lobs one high down the left side. Catch and stride inside the 15. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. And the field goal unit is on the field. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He slides that just inside the right upright. It's now a one-point game, 14-13. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Still running at the 40. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Back to pass, it's Pratt. Working that left side now. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. To the air on first down. Snagged out of the air. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. And the Dogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going to the ground. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Might as well give it to him again. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Dogs in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. It's complete on the right side. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up first and goal. The Bulldogs didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Trying to pull his way in. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover it. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, it's 21-13. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch up to speed on things. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by 11 over Rutgers. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back with any big changes, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give him a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Quickly out to the tight end. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. The Rambling Wreck and the Dogs have been fighting it out for a long time. You know, people forget Georgia Tech is a charter member of the SEC. Now, that was a long time ago. First meeting back in 1893.
Yeah, and reportedly they wanted to join the SEC later, and Georgia said no. But how about this? Tech has a line devoted to Georgia in their fight song about how much they hate them. So that gives you an idea of how deep the hate is.
The Yellow Jackets have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved the touchdown. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Try to barge their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
A little surprising that they didn't go for 2, but they're still down by a point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Crossing the 30, he's got a lane. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. First and 10 for the offense. Rush is on him. Got his man on the right. There he goes. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. There is striking distance at the 37. It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Backed up now. Here's second and long. They'll run play action. Sends it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. And they're not on the same page there. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He might want another play. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Slings it downfield. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Here's a heat. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. If there's ever been a position group that sort of identifies with the team's mascot, it would be the bulldog mentality of this Georgia front.
Those hunkering down dogs up front.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Pratt. Makes the catch. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. And the Bulldogs getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. Big guy smells it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their scores on a sneak.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He lost one down the sideline. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a good idea for this defense. I would be covering him, too, because he's already had a day's worth of yards. The big play out wide, man, they are finding him, and he's making productive plays. So good job by this defense recognizing that guy's not beating me anymore.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The question comes, should you really hate a rival? I mean, it's such a mean, nasty word. But in the case of clean, old-fashioned hate, there's really no other choice. And the Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start us off. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will go to work first. If you just can't get enough football, well, Georgia Tech was the one for you last year. Between the hedges, they went 8 overtimes before the Dogs finally prevailed. So are you guys ready to go another 8 extra rounds this time?
Absolutely not. I got a plane to catch. But I tell you what, it was one of the most exciting games in all of college football. And Tech with the huge lead early, all the momentum swings. And Palmer, obviously, in the booth was pretty solid, too.
It was one of those games, David, you just hated that somebody had to lose. And I think back to Haynes King at quarterback for Georgia.
Breaks into the open. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Pocket breaking down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
But when it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Back to throw, it's Pratt. Skips away from pressure. Bought a little time, lets it go. Now staring at a 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Escapes the pressure to his right. Throwing on the run. Got it in stride inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Georgia.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Yellow Jackets offense will take the field for the first time. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch it a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique, too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box. They can take it outside. They can both catch the football as well. So, no doubt, the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Now from the 48-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the running game off the right tackle. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Yellow Jackets pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll give it to him again. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good. Easy call for the refs. That'll bring him to within 4. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Dropping back, it's Pratt. Looking for a huge play. Makes the grab down the right side. He's loose down the middle. Touchdown, Dogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. Here comes the heat. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
That's how you earn your first down the hard way. Really good job by the QB dropping back to pass, scrambling, getting the first down, but taking a big shot at the end.
Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. And the Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Trying to find the end zone. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in CUSA is so very critical. How about this one today? Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Rutgers. Conference USA tends to make its presence felt, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it. Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab inside the 30. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Makes the grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. And the Dogs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. The play action fake. Quickly complete. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. From the gun, running back gets to give. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Georgia heads to the line with a first and goal. Powers forward. Touchdown Bulldogs. And they take it in for 6 more points. On to attempt to try. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Now the pressure is on to keep pace as they start this drive trailing 21-10. Off the play fake on first down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Yellow Jackets have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense got it on the run. Touchdown, Georgia. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you. They knock it out. You got to do a better job next time of keeping 2 hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Coming out on first down with the play fake. A little release to the back. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Under fire.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They've built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they needed.
Firing to the right, complete. Strong, firm tackle. The Dogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. It'll be a draw. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. Georgia looking to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down and more. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. On the run, still looking. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open. And he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle trying to steamroll his way in. And this one will be stopped for no gain. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough. And now the offense faces third and goal. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
But after getting stuffed on that run, you now have got fourth down. I'm not into chasing points this early in the game. I think you just take the field goal. You try to pay this drive off and this opportunity to put something on the board, David.
Well, and nowadays you have these analytical cards, and the coaches, they literally look at every situation. Is it more advantageous to go for it or kick it? That's how they'll make this decision.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. And the Yellow Jackets racing to the line in the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. So now it's second and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads to the wideout. This time it's complete. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. The Yellow Jackets are facing third and inches. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
The sure hands, it's Bauer. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On third and long, trying to convert through the air.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football. And now you're rewarded with third and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
He splits the uprights.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Back to throw, it's Pratt. Finds the tight end. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. Stands in and takes the hit. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he...
And the defense... It's home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game. They had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys. Wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point. But you take a look at the scoreboard, and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by 11 over Rutgers. Just another week of Conference USA football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. From the gun, running back on the move. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. It's a draw. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Back to throw, it's Pratt. It's complete to the left. There he goes. Good pick up, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the middle. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. It's Richard. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
That's caught. It's Bauer. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Yellow Jackets headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Quick tempo here for the offense. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. To the air on first down. Nice catch along the sideline and great effort to stay in bounds.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. It doesn't always have to be pretty, and that one wasn't, but somehow he hooked it just into that left corner.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw, it's Pratt. Pressure coming. They wrap him up, and boy, that comes when the defense needed it the most.
Second down coming up.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Governor's Cup is on the line, and already the Dogs and Ramblin' Wreck have given us some impressive moments.
Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have.
It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And the stomping has commenced. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Flips it out on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
They're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back, just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got his man downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The Yellow Jackets will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Fires to the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
He'll pull it on the read. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Hauls it in. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Absolutely center cut. Had to settle for the field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in Conference USA. Iowa State is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a close game. They're up by just one over Rutgers. Two fan bases with very different emotions in CUSA as we send it back to you.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. To the air, it's Pratt. He's got his man. At the 40, there he goes. Running free. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Using his legs, it's Baker. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. 3rd and long, and they'll need to get it close to the goal line to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. Touchdown, Georgia! Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Things getting tough for the Jackets as the hairy dogs putting the bite into this one.
Georgia owning the Jackets, and they've owned this series, this rivalry, the hatred between the two. Right now, it's looking like that Governor's Cup going straight to the Dogs.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They get to him as he throws. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for them. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Dogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for...
Going to take a shot at this DB. He's got it down the left side. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
You're probably not going to always live in man-to-man and put your safety, especially your free safety, on a wide receiver, on a guy with great speed, but really nice coverage, nice defense, nice job staying between the receiver and the quarterback and swatting that ball to the ground.
The Dogs come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Got the quick pass. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Got the 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Takes the easy completion. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. finds his big tight end.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this off...
Touchdown, Dogs! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And he makes the catch, but he can't stay in bounds. That'll be incomplete.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So we open the final period with a third down play. Dropping back, it's Fowler. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They go to the draw. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. The give on the inside. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Went with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Here's the handoff. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Gets it out fast. Oh, he's got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And it hasn't guys offensively all game long, who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Fast incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Off play action. Finds his tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Looking for a man, it's Fowler. Finds his big tight end. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the Yellow Jackets with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Turning it on. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? He'll keep it on the sneak. The Yellow Jackets are flying down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. And the Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Makes it past the marker. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Inside the 25. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Northwestern has the lead right now. Feels like they've been on top since the walk with a send-off, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by just 1 over Illinois. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone, it's Everett. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, they give to the back. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. All right, guys, let's talk about Georgia Tech. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him.
He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Makes the catch at the 35. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll start this drive from the 42. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. With that penalty, they give this offense a little helping hand. Now it's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Pucks it out of the air. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a 1st down. Georgia coming out with the fresh set of downs. Quick completion on the out. There he goes. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Working the middle. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the returner is stopped. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. To the air, it's Fowler. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that ball's free behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. The clean, old-fashioned hate was evident, and now Georgia Tech has even more reason to hate the Dogs because the red and black